Okay, we are live. Thank you, guys, and welcome to everybody on stream and also John McDrying and Paul here on Discord with me. I'm still loading my explain, so I might as well just switch my stream quickly, show you guys what's happening. Black screen, but it'll come up just now.
Let's hope.
For sure. So have you guys had a good rest? Did you sleep well last night? Asking you guys on
Silence.
Discord. Yeah.
Well, I've been awake since about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I slept rather well, but it sounds like Mac's gone nocturnal again.
It happens, it seems.
Yeah, did somebody set you another difficult research problem, Mac?
I slept through Brexit, put it that way. Then woke up and seen there'd been a Zibo update, and that was
Why don't we do this? If you don't like my ugly mug, you can tell me to take it off. I haven't switched my face on in a while, so.
Oh God, turn it off! Turn it off!
Thank you, Uncle John.
You're welcome, son.
Bye.
Toodle pip. I was only joking.
Right, so I am totally unfamiliar with this area. I have no idea where I'm going to spawn and what I'm going to do. Our good friend McTrying started to talk about this approach, and I thought, well, we're not going to learn unless we just go and try it. So we're going to try this thing, and I'll talk you through it shortly. We cannot fly in real time, by the way. We have to fly in an improvised time because it's middle of the night there. I think it was 3 a.m. or something. Hello, Ruan.
That's a loud shirt you're wearing this morning, Nico.
It's my Hawaiian thing. I actually had a different shirt on. It was all checkered, red and blue and yellow, and I thought maybe that's a bit loud.
Well, that's even louder.
Well, we can go back to it.
Negative.
Hello, Jose.
Yeah, I think it's got a volume control knob somewhere on that shirt. Morning,
Have you
everyone.
noticed?
Hello, Jose.
So it's been a busy couple of days in the world of Zibo recently. All kinds of things happening.
No, for sure, for sure. I was streaming my first stream this morning with McTrying with me, and we had one other guy, Emery, on Twitch this morning because of all the complaints about the autopilot not working in version 14. I took it for my usual test flight at Porto. It works perfectly. We actually had a nice flight. It was marvelous. So, unless something is amiss that I did not see, it seems to work well for me.
just remember Paul's here now.
Yeah, you never know what might happen.
Shame.
Krista, you're asking about a knob on it. Are you sure you're not asking a knob in it?
Oh, steady on.
No, there's no knob on it. It's okay. It's just my fancy, almost tropical shit, you know? It's not that loud. It's only got 3 tones: light blue, dark blue, and white. Anyway.
It's a good job he knows I love him.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Well, put it this way, if you find you're booked into a hotel when you get to South Africa, you'll find out otherwise.
Yeah. Right, let's get the hard drive stable. Too fast, too fast. Yeah, we need to make sure it's off.
We're looking for the Zibo, Nico.
Yeah, it's not what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the hard drive to
I
stop
know, I
spinning,
know, I know.
and then I needed to make sure the engine's off, because when I spawned that Porto this morning, the engines were running. I didn't want to waste time to get that stream done. I still can't show you the sim toolkit. So once explains loaded, I want to tell you one or two things about that.
Okay. He's due for a release early next week, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, according to his stream on Discord.
Okay. Uncle John, I've been too busy between Zibo and um, real
Work.
world stuff and the other streams I did. I've not really paid attention. I did speak to Dan, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about. So, right, that's 14 for those of you interested. And this is obviously let me get it on screen. There we go. I'm just going to remove my face quickly. All right. One of the issues that I've been picking up is when I go and say create a flight, and I go and I waste all the time putting all the information in here, and I click generate a plan, I get a bad gateway. Sometimes it works like the fourth or the fifth time that I try it, but I literally have to close the toolkit, open it back up, try again. So I sent a screenshot to Dan, and he said to me, it's not on his side, it's on Simbrief's side. I have tested it. I agree with him, because sometimes I'm able to log into Simbrief, sometimes I can log in, but I cannot make a flight plan, because the moment it starts building the plan, that's when it breaks. So even if you log into Simbrief, it means nothing. Unless you can actually create the flight, you're dead in the water. So what I managed to do this morning was I went to Simbrief. I managed to get a flight plan loaded. So all I do now, once Simbrief is set up, I just go and I click on load the latest Simbrief flight. And that seems to fix my problem currently. So instead of doing the flight plan in this facility, we simply just go and do it in Simbrief and then fix up what we need to fix up on this side. So on this one, we need to just find the correct runway now. So we're looking for that is the wrong star. That's the wrong one. So it seems we're going to have to go and fix. Yeah, it's not. It's the right one. It's the right one. It's this one that's wrong. We don't want to go to 13 right. That is what is wrong. It's choosing the wrong runway for us. So let's do this. Let's clear this. Now we're going to have to go redo this now. What's that IKO again, McTrying? SBKO or something?
SKBO.
SKBO. Good morning, Fly with Ricky. We're going to choose our Zibo preset. Right, so we're going to use 36, yes. We're going to use 31 left. And that's not the flight plan that we had. So let's go grab our plan from Navigraph quickly. Right, we're going to use flight level 250. It's not a very long flight, so we don't want to go too far. We need to keep the weight a little bit on the lower side. So what I found is on 120 passengers, we were able to actually take off 0. On that side, I'm actually going to put none for the alternate as well. It is now 20 past 10 a.m. local time in South Africa for your interest. Right, I think that should be it. Let's generate this plan quickly. Right, so theoretically, what I said earlier should now work. We should now go to load the latest flight and we should have it as it should be. 31 left and I want B. There you go. Now it's sorted. So there are many ways to skin the cat, and that seems to be our way this morning. And we're going to have a straight out on that side. That's fine. Flight level 250, everything else, let's fly now. Alright, so for those guys that have been following us for a while, this is Quito. This is an airport where we've had some great flights into. Also a bit of a challenge because you need to do an RNP approach through the mountains. So it's very similar to Queenstown in a certain regard. This is a bit easier to land at. The big trick with this one. Also with the airport where we're going to land at is your density altitude. The airport elevation as we are standing here is 7,910, but the density altitude of this airport is 9,191. And if you take into account that this is in the middle of the night in the real world, in that place, once you get the sun rising and the temperatures climb, your density altitude is going to climb above 10,000, which is why we use that above 10,000 or short field takeoff, where we use the APU to give the passengers air while we switch bleed air off on the engines. So we're going to have to keep our wits about us today. I am going to use the same procedure, even though we are 1,000 foot short of 10,000, but I think it's going to be a good um, learning experience for those of you that have not seen how it works. Christer, it's about experience. The reason I use 5% or 15 minutes for the contingency fuel is experience. I've been in holds over the UK with ATC on VATSIM that drain your fuel. So if ICAO demands your 30 minutes, then I always add a little bit more. So it gives me about 45 minutes to play with before I need to, be on the ground. And it just makes me feel a bit safer. So that's the whole reason for that. Right, let's get going. We actually don't need the beta push back. I need to make sure that this toolkit is actually connected to us, and it seems fine. It's connected. And I'm going to use the beta push back just because I can. I think it's more kosher doing it that way.
Ground to cockpit. Cannon knowledge.
Good morning, Dimitri.
When you are ready.
Right, so that takes care of all of that. Let's just check our settings for the fuel. That's fine. Alright. Let me go back one page. Guys, Zibo is still working on this. There are a couple of fields that you can click on and change values. It still means nothing, so don't get upset about it or anxious. It will be sorted when it's ready. You'll have it. Right, so we are looking for 5.3 on the fuel. On the payload, we're looking at 12.5. Just taking a couple of screenshots. Yeah, we're all glad for it. It's really good that Zibo has finally given it to us. Really happy with that. I hate this button sometimes. Every time I click it, it changes direction. Interesting. Right, today I'm using the Sim Toolkit Pro Weather again. So if you guys see the flickering outside this cockpit, the flickering from the clouds or the display or whatever you want to call that, that seems to be a weather issue. When I use Active Sky, I don't have that, so just bear that in mind. Well, Christer, I've used calculators all my life, so I'm very used to it. I've still got my Topcat running here, so Topcat, when I tried to do the calculations for this takeoff, it just said that's how I discovered I needed 120 passengers, because I kept on reducing the whole times, until I actually got a working takeoff. Even at this weight, it was telling me that SEL is not allowed, so we can't use a sim temperature, and we're going to have to use basically full power to get off the ground here. So interesting times.
And that's with the Density altitude below 10,000.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. There is a margin, I think, of 800 meters, if I recall. I don't have it open with me, so I'm speaking absolutely under correction. There is a small margin left, which I presume will be the margin that you use once you go over the 10,000 foot density altitude. So it's like borderline.
Yes, but it goes to show that you need to be alert to the density altitude even below 10,000 meters.
Yeah. SKBO. I'm just double checking everything as I put it in. I don't make a mistake now. Okay. One of the things, and the reason that me and McTrying have been talking about this flight, is we have an RNAV visual arrival at the runway 31 left, and this is the whole purpose of the flight, to go see what that's like. I've never flown one. I have no experience with it. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm going to rely on the automation in the Zibo, in the FMC, and basically what I see, and react on that, and then see if we can get on the ground. Kind of like Paro last night, but I think this will be easier. Oh, Mac, it's drawn it very nicely for us.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's why I suggested I check that out.
This weather is way out again. Look there. If I set it to the actual METAR, it's not right. What 026 says that we underground. Screenshot, sorry. Set that to Dan. Look at that, because that's the second time I've noticed it. That's just wrong. Right, then preferences. Our reserve is 1 for today, because I removed the alternate. There is no provision for any alternate. Alright, and then for those of you that are not familiar with the discussion, Zibo has now made the mod more real. So the previous idea of filling in the actual plan field from the OFP has now fallen away. Don't put anything there. Let the Zibo do it for us, because it seems to create interference right now. So just skip this dotted line as it is there. Just don't use it. What do you mean unable? Why? too low. Maybe it's too low. Yeah, now 350, it likes that one. Alright, then we climb to 350. Then we're not going to fill in that. Let the aircraft worry about that. Alright, now this is the trick. We don't want that to run over 100%. That's a bit too much. See how far we can take. That's a better option. And the only reason we're doing this is because we don't want the Zibo engines to burn out. I don't think the logic is in place to protect the engine yet, so we're just gonna reduce it a little bit. And we're going to do flaps 10 for the high altitude. Put that in. I'm gonna go do this first.
This is the first flight I've ever seen this where we go increase on 5.
What do you mean increase on 5? You mean the flaps?
Parameter.
Okay. All the high altitude ones we did on 10 because of this density altitude story, but I'm glad you noticed it. And we're gonna go downhill, 0.9. Yeah, we will verify that, and the runway heading is 001. Right, we're not going to use any cutbacks or anything like that because we need all the power we can get. Right, so that's all taken care of. That reminds me, I don't have my checklist open. Just keep my checklist open. Dimitri, not really. I almost exclusively fly the Zibo. I've got some FS economy flights that I really need to do because they're going to repossess my aircraft, or they're going to block it until I pay my debts, you know, and then I have to fly someone else's, you know, but that's about the only other aircraft that I fly right now. It's basically just Zibo. Krista, that's not wrong. You can either flaps 5 or flaps 10, but in this regard here, if you go flaps 5, you're gonna die. So I'm gonna use flaps 10. Alright. We've got the checklist open now. And our landing altitude is going to be almost 8,000, I think. Let's have a see. 8,360. Right, so 8,350 on that dial.
Guys, the wheel's on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company and business. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Again, welcome aboard.
Captain has to turn the fasten seatbelt time, we do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away, all overhead bins are closed, and all passengers are seated.
I've just noticed an anomaly on this SKBO air.
What's that?
Well, the approach page, if you follow the go around procedure, takes you straight on out. But if you look at the departure procedures, there's noise abatement and turn left or right at the end of the run.
Ah. Weird.
Yeah. Interesting one for anybody who wants to go read it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should change anything at the moment.
No, no, no. I know that. I'm not changing anything now. I want to get out of here and do this flight. Right. Let's pressurize this cabin a little bit. Then we'll close the doors. Let's do that. Let the passengers get enough oxygen and then we can call the duck and tell the
Flight
other
attendants,
guys to-
prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Ground cockpit. Tower is driving up.
Yeah, looks like we're all set. I'm going to keep the checklist up there, so it's going to obscure your view a little bit. I apologize, guys, but at least you'll see where I'm at and what I'm doing, and I'll remove it when I need to.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Christer, it comes from Jar Design, so it's called Jar Design Ground Handling Deluxe. Oh, Dimitri, yeah. That's not a good memory, but I'm glad you're okay.
Tower connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Chocks have been removed, GPU has been removed. And guys, there, for the guys who were on stream yesterday when we discussed it, there's the coffee change. I'm gonna have some nice cappuccino when we go now.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Looks cold to me.
No, Uncle John, I just didn't keep the camera on it long enough so you could see the steam rise, that's all. There's a little USB warmer underneath, you know, the bottom of it, so it plugged into something here, and it's just nice. It's a nice temperature now.
No wonder you're having problems with the USB.
Yeah, it's bloody coffee warmer.
Anyone seen my glasses? I can't find them.
On your head.
Negative.
You got there before me, Nico. I was going to say that.
In the loaf of bread you baked yesterday, did you see that picture? I think it was for you. I sent it to you. The guy was asking where his glasses was, and well, he must have, because the end result is this photo with a pair of glasses in this loaf of bread, and he says, "Oh, that's where they went."
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
What's annoying is I've got two pairs and I can't
Selecting
find
tow.
either.
Stand by.
Oh goodness.
Well, at least you need one pair to find the other.
Well, that was my thinking.
I think
I've
you
wa-
need a monocle, John.
I need summer. Kick up the backside.
Right, engine started. Pitos go on. Then what we're going to do is we're going to leave the main APU on, and we're going to let those guys run, and we're going to kill that switch for now. Okay.
Star will
Morning,
disconnected and bypass beam has signal mode. Have signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Morning, Kevin. Okay, so according to the checklist, APU start switch we're going to leave on. That APU needs to be on, it needs to run, so we're not going to switch that off. We've already done that. We do not have icing conditions as far as I know. We're at 25 degrees. I doubt there's icing here. Let's skip that one. Right, so
Engine bleeds off.
not yet, not yet. When we get
Okay.
to
No,
the
no.
runway,
Okay.
when we get there. Okay, so let's just take that off just to make it look prettier, and then we're going to taxi to the runway and do the rest.
Panic over, I found them.
Awesome. I knew you would.
Right, John, you need a bit of string. Tie it to the arms of the glasses and then wear them over your neck.
Paul, I had one of those and...
You lost them!
No, one end broke. So I've got to get a new one.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I think you can get prescription diving goggles, can't you?
You should be able to.
I think you would look quite fetching in a pair of those, John. Whilst you're flying, it'd be great. I'd love to see you streaming with that.
You mean his virus protection mask?
Oh yeah, that's a good side effect, yes.
this is giving me this meter not corresponding 1026.
I was just going to
7,900.
ask.
It's updated now. It's working. But why does it take so long? Now it's right. Now it's correct. But I mean, how long are we talking online already again? Half an hour or more? Almost an hour online, and now it's updated. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just going to speculate about how slopey this airport is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Whether there was a reference altitude or something that was throwing the height there, but it's a massive height difference, isn't it? So it couldn't be
Yeah.
that really.
No, it's not really that. But I like your way of thinking. That's a very good way of thinking. What I do find interesting is the amount of power I need to taxi here. Wow. Compared to usual. Right, so we're going to park here and we're going to go through the whole takeoff procedure now, and I'll get that checklist on screen again. I'm going to do the normal things. So normal is going to be the weather and the terrain. In fact, no, let's do what we did last time. Let's change it to around. We're going to put the terrain this side, weather that side. All of these things are in place. Transponder is on. Alright, okay. So let's get that Adobe on here. So for the runway entry procedure, we've done all the normal things. So we're going to use this above 10,001. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the right back and we're going to leave it on auto. Then the isolation valve we're going to close. Alright. Left back switch we're going to leave on auto. Then the left engine bleed goes off. The APU bleed goes on and the right engine bleed goes off. So effectively what's happening is we are now asking the APU to give the air to the back. Alright, so that should be one of those levers, and the other one is that's obviously that one. Alright, that one is now off. So that one is giving the air from the APU to the passengers. We switch off the engine bleed. That usually does it because we want all the power that these engines can possibly give us. And I love this picture. Wow, this is really good graphics. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to climb, and I'll probably not have this on. I'll see if I've got a chance. I'll put the checklist back on, but this is the reverse. So after you've cleaned up, after flaps is retracted, you're going to have to run this, and then basically what happens is you run it in the reverse. So down, up, down, and on. Okay, so it's just the reverse basically.
Approaching 3-6. On runway 36.
Alright, so I'm going to give some power now up to the green marker. Toga. There we go.
V1 rotate. Positive rate.
Not considering that phone right now.
400.
Okay, I'll be back.
Wow, this guy can multitask.
You seem to still have loads of runway left.
Back, sorry. When the wife calls, you can only make her wait so long. There's problems. Alright, so we're lifting to get some flaps going. We're going to flaps 1. Goodness mountains.
You look as if you've still got plenty of runway left.
Yeah. So that's obviously for the hot conditions that comes during the day. I thought I recall something like 800 meters left on the performance that I calculated. So that's obviously the margin for the left, for the heat that comes during the day. The margin that's left. So I don't. We can always come back and do it tonight again, and check what the difference in performance is then. Hello, Catchy Muscle, Richard. Good morning. Alright, so we have cleaned up. We are now at 10,000 feet. So I'm just going to do the ordinary thing. Oh, no, we never did that. Too busy concentrating on other stuff. So now we'll get that Adobe back up. And we're going to look at this. So, a right engine bleed comes on. APU bleed off. Left engine bleed comes on. Left back switch remains auto. That one goes to auto, and the right back remains on auto, and there you go. There is now no reason to keep this on, so APU can go off. And that, my friends, is how you do the takeoff at high altitude or short fields.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Up to a point, I do have orthos here, and then you'll see we fly out of the orthos. It's gone. Just back to default. I have to make orthos for the rest of this flight. You're welcome, Kristen. There is Joe, just tracking in. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
How goes it?
Very well. I was just watching the first 10 minutes of the video, so.
Okay. Now this is where trust and faith in your instruments become real. I mean, the one moment you see those peaks, and the next moment, the milk. Flying west, but I just can only see you on the map. Yeah.
I flew out
Oh yeah. I recall you said so. Yeah. No, I think the guys need to reinstall the Zibo. I think they've got a corruption somewhere there. Or they are not starting with a Charlie 172 and one of the scripts doesn't like that. So they must just reinstall it and try again.
What annoys me is how quick they come along and say there's a bug.
Uncle John, I always tell my kids and I always tell my wife, not everybody is as beautiful and as clever as we are. You have to make provision for other people as well. Well, you gotta laugh, otherwise you're gonna cry.
Well,
Call them the
there's a very simple answer to it all. Look at all those forums. If you're the only one that's complaining, that's it. I wonder where the problem is.
Sure. But you always have to have the first one to, you know, give notice as well, unfortunately. But sometimes...
I understand that, but when the release has already been out,
I understand what you mean. I know what you mean.
Used it.
I know.
hot stirrers. I can't hear the plane on my side. I don't know. It's probably something that's wrong with me, but
you won't hear the plane or the stream sounds in Discord. I don't have a mixer to put it into Discord, unfortunately.
gotcha. That's Ortho?
Joe, no. We've just crossed over from Ortho. The white peaks at the back, that's Ortho. But from here on, this is default explain, it seems. Unless I'm really making a mistake. Yeah, you know what? I'm making a mistake. This still seems to be Ortho. I know pretty much somewhere here it's going to stop. I actually thought we left it already, but when I look at the white peaks here, this still reminds me of Ortho, so we'll fly out of it very soon. Last night, Joe, our time last night, your daytime, we actually did a stream on Twitch. For almost a month I've been unable to stream on Twitch, you know, so when I discovered it seems to work, I went and tried it. So we flew from Kathmandu to Paro in Bhutan, however you want to say it, Bhutan. Okay, so I tried that landing. We made it to the ground, but it was very hard, and we had some hard stopping moments. So what I then did was I switched my ortho on, and through the night it actually made ortho for me in that area, because I really want to go fly that one again. That is one of the biggest challenges that I've ever faced. So I want to go and get proficient. Yes, Krister, we did Paro last night, but I did it on Twitch, so you can go watch the video. It was scary as heck. At one point in time I almost stalled. I almost banked 90 degrees. it was a roller coaster ride, and I landed at 1,400 feet per minute. So it was a hard landing. A couple of the aunties and uncles were very upset with me. I did not like that, but we made it. We stopped. We got there.
It was a very interesting straight.
Put it
which
this
we had a lot
way,
of fun.
I think you pushed the aircraft near the edge of the town.
Oh yes. Oh, I did. I almost did aerobatics with this thing. That was. It was stunning. It was one of those flights. So anyway, I did the orthos there, and then McTrying sent me the link to his flight that he's busy doing right now, which is going to the same airport I'm going now, but obviously now, offline we can't see each other. Anyway, and that got me thinking, and then this morning I realized, but I never made orthos for this entire flight. I've only got the little bit that I do have, which strangely enough is still holding out. I can't believe it's lasted this long. There you go, there's the edge, Joe. There's the edge. That's where ortho ends and default starts. So this is the last tile. We're flying out of them now. So anyway, what I'll do is maybe through the night tonight again, I'll just top up the ortho for this area, and when we fly this flight again, we will have proper orthos.
Yeah, what part of the world is this? Where's
Ecuador.
This?
This is Ecuador and going into Bolivia, I think. Where is Medellin? Bogota? That's Colombia. So we're going to fly into Colombia, yeah. So we're flying from Ecuador to Colombia. Yes, Kevin, I agree. When we did the flight last night, we actually commented on it, me and McTrying, and it really, really looked good flying in the Himalayas.
I've got 2 tiles left.
Awesome. And then you're going to stream it for us, Uncle John, flying into Paro?
His Goyard's got no tiles left in the kitchen. He's borrowed.
If you were a gentleman back, you'd put yourself up live so we can have a look at you as well.
Don't start the tug of war now.
I'm in Sim Toolkit Pro.
By the way, I can't see you at all. I have no idea where you're at. So, are you in the same area as me? Where would I find you? I can't see.
Well, I can see you.
No, I definitely can't see. Let me put mine on screen also.
I think we should all stream at one time, and we'll have a contest to see who worked it out the best.
Yeah. On Discord, Joe, we've had it, me and Jorge and a couple of the other developers, where we've streamed like 4 or 5 or 6 streams simultaneously via Discord, and you have all of them on one screen. Also with Twitch, that's a nice function that we can get from Twitch, is through multi-Twitch. You can put as many streams from Twitch on the same screen as your bandwidth can handle. We've done 3 or 4 there as well together, so when 2 guys are streaming simultaneously, or 3 or 4 guys on Twitch, you can put them all on one screen at the same time.
Did you save that?
I'll have to show you so you can understand how it works.
On live at the moment.
I know, I can see you, but I can't see your aircraft. I can see your map.
Well, my map is a red aircraft. That's me there, right? Sorry, McTrying, you were a bit soft. JR didn't hear you there. But I don't see JR. I don't see Mac anyway. Mac, I don't know where you're at. And I mean, I've selected STKP, and when I zoom out, I mean, I've got other STKP traffic. It's not like I don't see other traffic. I just don't see you.
It's just right of you, Nico. running parallel with you.
Okay.
Right.
So why does my STKB not like his aircraft?
Pass.
Okay, Mac, your turn. Please tell me. Sorry, what did you want to say?
I'm trying to work out why it's not showing me. Because I got a flight planning, which is all you've done, isn't it? Put a
Yeah.
flight plan to line up.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason.
Yeah, Kristen, now we can see. We can see there's definitely an issue here. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Have you got STKB clicked on the right hand side?
Of course, otherwise I won't be able to see the other traffic. See, there's other traffic there.
Is there?
Yeah, look, not close to us, in America. Look on my screen. I've got traffic in the US and I've got traffic on other places, but for some reason I cannot see you. Oh, there's a guy in the Caribbean as well, but I just cannot see you at all.
Oh yeah, because that's, you haven't got any ATC on, you've got STKB on.
Yeah.
I've stated the wrong way round, Nico. He's actually to the left of you on the coast.
No worries. Small mistake. Alright, let's see how far we are at. Well, Christer, I also spoke to Dan about the multiplayer setup that he's looking at creating or busy creating with STKB. Once that goes live and we don't have to worry about air traffic controllers and we can just multiplay without that hassle, I want all of us to start flying together. I mean, it will be so cool. We have had 10 or 20 guys fly together. It's amazing to know that each one of these aircraft is actually a person that's alive, that's talking to us on Discord or by the stream or whatever, and everybody flies together. I can't wait for that to happen. So he said at minimum 2 to 3 months, maximum 5 to 6 months, the multiplayer should be working in STKB, and then we can all fly together without any other hassles and stuff, you know. So I can't wait for that to happen.
So take your map off, Mac. Let's see what you're up to.
I'm just cruising along.
Well, let's have a look at you then. So he's closed the stream.
I had to change the window.
Thank you.
Gear up and off, Mac. I agree, Christer. It's an excellent way of teaching people. It's an excellent way of growing that family feeling, you know, belonging somewhere, being part of something and doing something. Very nice.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Bless you, Mac.
Mark, you were saying there's some kind of anomaly with the destination runway go around procedure, is that correct?
No, the takeoff runway. That's
If
what
you
I
look
take.
at the noise, if you, we're landing 31 left and right, but if you look at
Oh, sorry, you were talking about the destination. Apologies.
yeah, if you look at the reference pages, you'll see there's noise abatements for the 2 runways. And it shows clearly you turn left or right and you take off. But the go-around procedure for the approach we're doing carries straight on.
Well, I was wondering about that. Is there a have you got to climb really quickly to avoid an obstacle or something like that? Because obviously with the go around, you're reducing flaps quickly. It's not ideal climbing.
You don't have, because of your decision point, maybe you're going to be at a higher altitude generally, because you're going to be making the decision at your decision point. So you've already got some altitude. The chances are that maybe noise abatement is appropriate for a go around. I don't know. It was just an observation, that's all. Perhaps
well, no,
somebody
as usual, you've got me thinking. You know, it crossed my mind that obviously in a bank you've got less lift.
Oh yeah.
Going a bit sideways.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've got a hill to miss, and you know you're trying to get up from flaps 30 or 40 to flaps 15, and then you haven't got speed and you haven't got climb rate, perhaps it might be better to just keep the damn thing straight and keep the lift at maximum. I don't know.
But there's certainly a difference between go around and after speeds.
Am I right to understand there's a fly in this timber hole?
Oh blimey, John, I don't know.
There's so many small boats that see those things in as he goes along, so they need
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And he doesn't list all of them, so I know of quite a few, and I told you of one this morning that worked beautifully on that other stream we did. I mean, he really fixed that one. And nobody knew about it. Nobody. Just me and him.
Exactly.
So,
it's when you expect things to happen. It's like I did an old internet climb to a new cruise altitude. I mean, I know it was several versions of the invented, but now when you press Alt Internet, it puts the new cruise level into the FOC. You don't have to go in and amend it. Because my cruise level was 2.4 initially, and then we got up to 2.7.
Nico,
Nice.
sorry, Joe.
sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Carry on.
So, I can't get a live map view. I could go to Mapnik.
Where are you referring to? In STKP or what?
Yes, exactly. So when I go to Mapnik, I get a nice depiction of the world, you know, with all the detail. And then when I go to satellite, I don't have a satellite depiction of the world. It's just a white
That's weird.
page. And now to boot, I have 2 computers. You know, I use one for testing and then one for actually when I fly. And it's the same thing on both computers. So I'm wondering, should I delete it and reload it?
No. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think what you need to do is ask Dan directly. Send him a private message or something, or
I
go
will.
onto his Discord. Ask him, because my first reaction is firewall. And then you said no, but Mapnik works. So I don't know.
Interesting. I'll do that, Nick.
It's nice watching two screens.
I'm trying to find out where it's being blocked. I'm obviously not broadcasting. I know
You're probably not really transmitting. You're receiving but not transmitting.
that's what I said. Yeah. I'm not sending data out.
Where would I put that in general chat? The question?
No. On his Discord, you need to link to the Simple Kit Pro Discord from page, the front page of the Simple Kit Pro. You get the link there, and then you go to general help. There's general support. Sorry.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
I see the type of thing. Well, guys, next time we'll try to have some
Well, I hope you get there before me, Nico, so I can listen to all the music.
I'm looking at the chart right now.
Well, I think, yeah, you're hoping that we'll have EAN capability here. Are you landing 3-1 right or left? On wind right. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Let's get this display captured again. Yes, of course I can. I hope that's better, Krista. Sorry about that. Right, so this is the whole trick. Where are we at? I'm not tracking myself. That's where we are. We're gonna have to follow the line, go through the whole green bit, and that's the actual approach. So as you guys can see, there are like mountains or hills or something. This airport is 8,360 feet above sea level. So that's probably peaks of mountains that we're gonna have to pass through and negotiate until we get to the actual runway. Bogota, El Dorado. No, I'm not singing. I'm not singing. I will lose all my memberships. Everybody's gonna cancel and run away and bring petrol and torches and set this place alight. I'm telling you, if I start singing. Good morning, Phil. How are you? No, don't rewind now. The fun is only starting. You can rewind afterwards and go watch the whole video. Phil, it's much better to watch this. This is going to be interesting. This is what they call a visual RNAV approach, right? So I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to find out with you guys live on stream. So we're going to fly that route between the peaks and the valleys and stuff here in the mountains and go land. What I do know is that is my decision height. Okay, so we need to go and check, and that's literally there. BO417, that's there. That's BO417 over there. We need to be at 9,900 and decide if you're going to land or not. Because from there on, that last bit, that is actually a visual approach. And that's what these little markers tell us. It's a visual approach, not guided in any way. No ways, Uncle John, no ways. I'll sing for you when we drive to Soweto one day or something, you know, when we're alone in the car. You'll tell me to stop. You'll come back here and you'll tell these guys, he saved you from a big disappointment. Anyway, okay, so we've got our final approach course and all the other goodies to have. What is our go around altitude? Maintain 13,000. Our transition altitude is 18,000. Okay, so interesting. 85 nautical miles. Oh, so we can actually start blipping. Let's do it this way. Flight summary. So we are going to be at 2.7 at OREGA. How far is that? Okay.
Well, it looks like there's no problem with landing distance.
Yeah, no, it looks fine. Right, so we need to drop about 700 kilograms there. So we're going to go for 58 on our gross weight, which will give us 140 at flaps 30. Then the forecast, 18,000, that is correct. Right, the ISA deviation there is 12. Meter tells us 3033. Am I reading it correctly? It looks like it, yeah? 3033. So. Alright. Density altitude 9,357, McDrying.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same procedure in the reverse again now for the landing, or sorry, not in the reverse, in the correct order, but the same procedure for takeoff I'm going to use for the landing because of that high altitude there. Make sure
What
we've got
you
enough
mean?
power.
You're going to keep the
APU in, yeah.
online.
Yeah, I'll get it online, yeah. RNAV A and B, Krister, they are both visual. The reason I chose B was because it's got more waypoints. The other one has only got one waypoint, so I'm thinking, maybe I'm dumb, but I'm thinking that's less reference points, so it might be more difficult.
That's why I chose 3-1 right A.
Okay.
Because it was a nice curved one. It wasn't straight lines. It was arcs.
Okay.
Are these particularly tight banks that you'll be doing, gentlemen?
Don't know. It looks reasonable. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, it just crossed my mind about the bank angle setting.
I don't think it's excessive looking.
Well, if you're going to fly it by hand, Paul, the bank angle has no bearing on you. If you're going to fly it with the autopilot, yes, then you're going to have to make sure it's on 30.
I'm not looking forward to this somehow. I have a feeling they'll make a right big dinner of it.
You'll be fine, Mark.
Yeah,
You'll be fine.
Can you just speak up a little bit? Bring the mic a bit closer. You're very soft. Right, so decision height is 9,900.
Yes.
Yeah, now you sound better.
The approach is shrouded in mist.
Oh dear. A few at 1,700 and scattered at 8,000.
We shall see when we get there. Right, so we've got 3033 on the barrow, we've got 9990 for decision height. Let's just double check that. 9,900. Oh no, that's wrong. Glad we double checked that. It's 9,900. Almost had an extra 98 in there. Right, then let's see. That's done. That's done. Not much else we can do. What did we say that course was? 314.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, Akan. Alright, and then we just need to make sure we don't have an ILS in the system there. Let's actually see if there is a VOR somewhere there. There's a VOR 11070. Oh, sorry, that's the localizer. Sorry. No, not what we want.
cheap and dial in the ILS.
Yep.
DME.
You could. I'll have it on standby. How's that?
That's what I'm thinking.
Alright, so it is on standby then. In case we are not as good as we think we are. Yeah, that's what I did, Krister. Excellent, excellent, Phil. That's fantastic news. Good stuff. Right, we're getting close to top of descent. It was a bit excessive.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
The ILS only works on runway 14.
Oh.
There's no ILS on runway 31 or 31R.
Well, I've got the localizer tuned in, so if we go around, we've got the VOR that is currently tuned, so I'll fly to the VOR. Well, I suppose we'll follow the go around sequence anyway, not the VOR, but at least that's a point of reference. So we'll fly the go around, missed approach, and change our mind and come back the other way. You know, if we have to, we have to.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
Phil, the whole idea about this approach is it's something new that Navigraph has introduced last week with the new ERAC cycle. This is what is called a visual RNAV approach, whatever that means. We're going to try find out what it is now. Me and McTrying started talking about it yesterday, and we said, oh, let's go fly it and show you guys, and then we all learn together, because I've never done one of these, and McTrying neither, eh? You've never done one?
No.
Yeah, so this is brand new for everybody. And we're just going to see what happens. I mean, maybe the automation is good enough and we pick up Ian. Maybe it's, you know, just an ordinary LNAV, VNAV situation. Or maybe it's going to force us to go visual. I don't know. We're going to find out when we get there, you know. As long as nobody dies, we're okay. Oh, the bravery. Oh, for sure, for sure.
Right, I'm seeing an error.
No, you can't. Not now. Where?
Well, if you look, on my screen, I've got out restriction at toe limit, and I've got no descent before toe limit.
I don't even have a toe limit. Let me go check my legs list.
No, you're coming in from GER, which
Yeah.
is
Something different.
But I should have had a top of descent, but I didn't get one.
I've got mine right in front of me. There's my BO417 at 9,900, which is why we've set everything to there. Let's see what happens when we
Right,
go past
you've got a restriction at Arupu, haven't you? 17,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, mine's toe limit 19,000 for jet, and it didn't give me a top of descent to descend down to 17,000.
I don't know. You got me. all my values are exactly the same, and then my top of descent has started. I've gone through it, it's busy descending. This is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, because there's speed restrictions and everything on this lot.
Oh, this is a
Thank you.
challenge. Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, Mac's even lower than you at the moment. He's on 25,000.
Okay.
Well, I'm coming down because I passed Tolim, look, John, and sorry, I'm coming up to Tolim, and I've got to be at 19,000 feet by then.
Okay.
Oh no, it's above 19,000 on the jet. Okay, I'll let it run.
Yeah, that's quite a gentle descent, I think.
I misread. I'm looking at, they've got jet and turbo, and it's above 19,000 for jet.
Steve, no sir, this is 39.14, so you can go grab the update.
And that's just default scenery.
Yeah.
That I've got.
You're welcome, Steve. Right, so we'll have that map handy when we actually go in there.
You're just in front of me at the moment, Nika.
Okay.
Probably about 5 miles or so.
Is anyone on the stream now from the United States?
There should be. Why? What's up, Joe?
Because I'm talking to Dan, and you know, he says that he had an issue with somebody from Russia with the same problem.
Okay.
So now I'm saying, you know, is it like a Florida issue or is it a U.S. issue?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get someone in the area to help you.
Yeah, no, he's working with me, so that's fine.
Yeah. just sitting here thinking, I'm gonna have to drop this 8,400 at least. Otherwise it might not descend, so let's not take that chance, because on ordinary RNAV you need to get that low. So.
These mountains are starting to get a bit closer, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why am I descending? Why am I descending?
Christer, if you look at the chart, the decision height is 9,900. That's where you need to decide, are you going to land or not? So it says 9,900 right there, which is at Bravo Oscar 417, which is over there. That's the point. Okay. But you've got to visually descend to 8,406 to have a chance to actually land. That's 50 feet above the runway. So you pass the threshold at 50 feet above the runway at 8406. Now you can't set the 6, so it's 8,400. So that is my target altitude at the runway threshold, the runway crossing point. No, it's not vectors. No, this is a visual path in the FMC and on the chart that you have to follow.
So Nico, you're not getting any, what, lateral guidance or vertical guidance?
Yeah, vertical. There's no vertical guidance, it seems. So that's on you now. You need to do a visual approach. We're flying a Piper Cherokee this morning with jet engines. That's the way I understand it, Joe, in layman's terms.
Gotcha.
Altimeter setting.
Well, it's correct according to the airport. We obviously bit the way off. But it's okay. We're going to not split hairs about it. 3033 is exactly what the METAR says at the airport. I don't know what it's at this place. Yes, we are a way off, but tough.
You're both at about the same altitude at the moment.
Yeah, but why isn't my speed being controlled by the FMC?
Mine is.
I was just looking at that, Mark. Yeah. You're meant to be doing 250.
There's two things. There's twice it's not done as I expected it to. see it, and why is it showing that my VNAV is high? It's not working.
I don't know. Mine is.
Well, if you look at mine, it's saying I'm 2,000 feet below my VNAV, and yet I should be at 17.
Okay, have you gone and set your barometer? Maybe you're still on standard?
No, I'm not.
I'm just asking. Ah, there's more guys complaining about the autopilot not working. I don't know why. I've asked for a video now. I want to see what they did. Show me a video. Start your flight. Start recording it. Give me a video. Let me see, because this doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, but Nico, with all due respect, to make a statement, my autopilot doesn't work, it tells you nothing.
Yeah. Like this guy on Discord yesterday. He got so angry at me because he comes up, he doesn't say hello or anything. He comes up, leaves a message, the plane crashes. Something like that. Something stupid. How?
It's alright. Me VNAV's okay. It's alright. It was me expecting. I messed it up earlier.
That's fine. At least you admit it.
But it didn't pick up my speed though. It should be picking up 250 knots. I've had to manually set it.
Well, this is taking its sweet time. Guys, wake me up when we get there.
Is yours picking up your speed
Yeah.
restrictions?
Yeah.
Mine didn't. You're
So he's
just in front of me.
Yeah, Joe.
So he's gonna make a special patch for my issue. What a guy.
Okay.
Ditto, Christy.
So what is the airport missing that you don't have vertical guidance?
I think it's more about the terrain than anything else. You have vertical guidance if you come from the other side, but when you come from the mountain side, so to speak, there's no instrumentation. It's a visual approach. I did not read through all of them because we were obviously trying to get to do these two ones that we are doing. There might or there might not be an RNAV or a VOR DME or something like that, but there's, on this particular approach that I've chosen, it's a visual RNAV. Oh, you
So
guys with the coffee. Sorry, Joe.
I'm thinking maybe you can't see the signal, but it's satellite based, so.
Well, the thing is this, when you look at the legs page of the Zibo, or the Boeing as such, if you go through the legs here, it's got everything in there, so there's a very high probability that we're going to be able to do an Ian approach. Alright, but according to the chart, if you look at the actual chart there, you only have guidance until Bravo Oscar 417, which is there. So you're flying base and finals on a visual queue. You understand? It's just that little bit that you need to do visual. So your guidance ends there. But according to the FMC, it's actually got guidance right down to the runway. Where did I see the runway? There's the runway. So it's got guidance down to the runway.
This is why it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Ditto. Yeah, absolutely.
This is so brand new. I have no idea what I'm doing. You guys are literally watching me, you know, finding out with you.
What hope is there for me then?
Oh, just hold on tight.
Guys, don't give yourself enough credit. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Tell him, tell him.
I still think we'll take water break 2.
I'm taking water break too. I've said it a long time ago. Christer, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind creating this. I don't know. If I look at GLS, for instance, you might as well put a GLS approach in there and you've got full guidance going down, making the turn, landing. You know, I don't know. Thank you, Phil. I hope we don't need those vehicles. Man, look at these mountains.
I'm glad I'm already down there.
Hopefully by the end of the month, we'll have Nico in a GA airplane if everything goes right, right?
Yeah, we can try. We can only try. Christer, the next question is money. You know, I'm not sure what the GLS system would cost versus a visual system. A visual system costs nothing because you've got eyeballs. You know, each pilot comes with 20/20 vision, even if it's corrected by glasses. You know, so that's free. You don't have to spend money. Whereas with a GLS system, you're gonna have to install it and get it going. So I don't know. Could be a lot of things.
Is it a case of the plane actually being in the pilot's hands at a critical time in the flight, so that if anything does go wrong, he's already
In control.
in charge? Yeah, maybe.
So good question, good sentiment, good suggestion. I'm not sure. Not sure at all.
Are there any qualifications to fly this approach?
Not that I can see. According to what I can see, this is going to be just another standard approach. This isn't even RNP, it's just RNAV. You know, if that airport where we took off, if you want to land there, it's an RNP approach. And also the one prior to that, it's RNP, which is very precise. If you don't fly precisely, you go into the mountains. But this one looks like it's like haphazard, you know, take it as it comes kind of a thing.
Piece of cake.
I hope.
There is an RNP to both these roads.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. You told us to do this one and we're doing this
No,
one.
well, it was because we were checking it out.
Yes. Yeah. So next time we've got options, but for now this is what we want to test. We want to see what this is about.
In my case, we want to see how easy it is to crash.
No. No. I'm not crashing my bird.
You'll be fine, Mac.
Yeah, I have faith in you.
I mean, when I first looked at the approach into Quito, those mountains looked very scary, but as you got closer, there was a lot of space.
Yeah.
Christer, I'm not trying to jinx this one, honestly.
The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, money buys the whiskey. We'll see. Talk is cheap.
I'm always worried when Paul's aboard.
Well, Phil, somebody was on my stream the other day when we landed in Queenstown, and he referred to the granite clouds. You know, the mountains with the granite clouds. So we'll try and miss the granite clouds today as well. Right, I seem to be slowing down for the next descent.
Yeah, you see, mine is not picking it up at all. Why, Nico? Why?
Why what?
Well, it's not picking up at descent speeds.
I don't know, sir. Mine is.
Well, Mac, your speed window is still open even though you've got VNav illuminated. I don't know whether that's part of it.
Well, it wasn't picking it up before. See, look, it hasn't picked up the 230. It's picked up the out restriction, but it's not picked up the VNav speed.
And we've got Ian. We've got Ian. We've got Ian.
What have you selected, Mac? Intervention.
Speed and intervention, yeah.
Yes, Phil. Oh, he's asking you. Is your speed actually showing in your legs list, McTrying?
Yeah, it's showing 230, then 200, then 165, but it's not picking it up.
No, you got me.
Oh, I can see a decel height at long last.
There's nothing like this in the United States. I mean, you know, the last couple of streams in the airports that you've been flying to are just so totally different.
Yeah, it's like so bus driver like, just commercial, up, down, left, right, you know, and then you park. It's like they took a bulldozer and made everything flat and easy. No, this is like crazy. I think Aspen would be one that would compete with this, maybe.
No, you think, Nick? I don't know.
Look at that. Look at that, JR. That's default scenery.
Can you imagine that with Ortho?
I'm quite happy with it as it is.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I can't wait to get orthos here. Phil, this is default, yes. That's why I said I can't wait to get my orthos in here. Oh, this will be so cool with orthos. I'll make some as soon as I can.
Just a suggestion, going to McTrying, it's got the speed set manually. Is that maybe why it's not?
He set it
the
manually.
FMC speed? Yeah.
Yeah, he set it manually because the VNav didn't follow, or you know, the speeds.
Is that a select intervention?
Yeah.
If you notice, there's no purple highlight on any of the speed restrictions, so I'm having to do it all manually.
Well, I'm getting
there is
close.
Now on the 230. There wasn't that 230.
I'm slowing down again.
I'll give it another chance, see what happens.
I think you need to format and reload your computer now.
I think not.
That's just a suggestion. I just crossed my mind.
That's a good idea.
It's the first time I've had a problem, I must admit.
Krister, I think you'll like this, my friend. Yeah, I give it a shot. Anybody else on stream? This is awesome. This is actually a very nice flight. Imagine staying on this plateau. Wow. Oh, there's the airport. There's the airport, it seemed. I think that's it there. I might be wrong, but I think it might be. Huh. Alright, getting close.
How far to go, Nico?
We're a beam almost. There's the airport. So it's just around the corner. We're going to turn right in front of those mountains and come and land.
Can I be cheeky and remind you about the APU business if you haven't done that already?
Yes. Thank you. Because
God,
I'm sitting here enjoying myself so much. I didn't even think of this. Thank you so much. And before we forget, let's get all of these things in place. So this is going to take 35 seconds.
Sterile.
Brake. Don't lose the speed.
See,
now.
again, John hasn't picked up the 200.
Yeah, there's an issue there somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's because of the density altitude. Phil, the density altitude here is 9,221 feet. So just to be safe, I'm going to use the APU to pressurize the cabin while I actually utilize the bleed air for engine power, so that if we need to do a go around, that we don't come short. Look at this, there's the airport. Look at this is a shallow turn, boys, but the Zibo's flying it. Right, speed brake armed, auto brake armed, everything is done, I think. I hope. It's going to bring us into high, guys. I'm going to take over now, so I'm going to fly the aircraft because I need to descend more.
Minimums.
According to the RNAV, we are exactly at the right height, but if you guys look at the actual diamond, we are too high. So that is a problem that we need to rectify manually. And I think that's why they say it's a visual RNAV approach.
And the gear is down.
Negative uncle side.
Approaching 3-1 left.
There's the runway. I'm a bit low. Power. Can't go. Crash now, guys. Can't go. Crash now. There we go. While I'm on the diamonds. So far, so good. Let's queue. If you ask me.
plate, does it give you an approach angle at this point?
I don't know. Read it. I don't know. Sorry, I'm concentrating on getting this thing landed. Oh, first the wrong. Well, one wheel first. That's a bit of a wrong landing. Now I can't even talk.
You look to be coming in low there, Nico, but you still had 4 wides.
Yes. Yeah.
It's,
The visual representation there threw me for a ball. That's one of the reasons I landed long, because now I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, and my eyes are tricking me there, because you've got the trees right below you, and there goes the piano bars, and you're still in the air, but you've got 4 whites, and I mean the whole visual cue thing there just went cockeye. It wasn't cool.
yeah.
Wasn't cool at all. All right, so that takes care of that. So now we can do the reverse again and get everybody back in play. We can leave that guy. We can close you off. Right. So far so good. Mac, good luck.
I'm watching him. So mate.
Okay, guys, that is McTrying. So I'm busy streaming his stream that he's doing on Discord. McTrying, you're famous.
Excellent.
Help.
Just start descending, because you're going to go into high. You're going to have to take it visual from here. Stay on that line and just go in visually. Just watch your speed, because obviously in the descent you're going to increase now.
Approaching minimums.
Okay, you're on the path.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Perch altitude.
Watch your speed, watch your speed. Watch the speed. Power, 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 power. Yeah, there's your runway.
Too high. Too high. Approaching. 3, 1, right. Too high. Too high.
500. 400. 300.
Caution. Taxiway. Caution. Taxiway.
100.
Long landing. Long landing. 10,000 feet remaining.
10.
Oh, you made it! Yay!
Well done, Mac.
Well done, well done.
6,000 remaining. 5,000 remaining.
Nice one, Mac. Nice one, Mac.
80 knots.
Good
3,000 remaining.
job.
job, good job. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I don't think you had a choice, but sorry, I had to do
I
that.
was about to say he didn't have much choice.
Well, McTrying, thank you very much. That was good. Let's go park and then we can watch one of my replays. I'm so sad I landed on one foot, so to speak, but I did. It's done.
Suggest you go to the loo before you get off the aircraft, Mac.
Whoa.
How are you feeling, Mac?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that feeling, Mac.
Yeah.
Wow.
Phew.
Not the most stable of approaches, but hey ho.
Yeah, you made it. You made it.
Well, you had the speed low enough that you could put the nose down and get the job done.
Yeah.
I was particular the speed because I know with these high altitudes it's a pig to try and lose speed if you get into an overspeed situation.
Yeah. I'm very definitely in the wrong parking spot, but I'm just gonna park here and then shame.
Somebody should make a plug-in for an EKG monitor so you can watch your heart rate.
There's something definitely wrong with the scenery here. Oh my soul.
This is all
All
default
right.
here.
Yeah, I
All
put in
default.
scenery. Oh, I see what I did. I went off and parked somewhere really bad. This is actually add-on scenery, Johan. I think this is the one that you were referring to. Yes. Where is it? There you go. Nice scenery. Very nice. If you were to use it. I just parked at the wrong spot, but anyway.
I'll tell you what, even the default isn't bad here.
Yeah.
But there was plenty of room in the end, wasn't there, Mac? It wasn't as scary mountainous as the chart said.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing.
It makes it enjoyable because there is room for a bit of error, but it's still a challenging approach.
Definitely.
I still say that Queenstown one is harder.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that. It was well worth it.
Stimulating, I should say.
Sorry, Christer, for the noise. This is now XP Realistic making the noise. It's not X-Plane, so sorry about that. Yeah, we must do Tonkaton next, eh? I think it's Panama, if I remember correctly.
Oh, let's go park there.
I must say, I like the autogen and stuff here, the buildings, and I mean, it really looks very highly densely populated. Those trees, look at those trees. Hmm. Oh, balloon. Oops.
You got no chance of getting onto the pianos.
No, it's not with those trees and stuff there.
We didn't get a landing rate from John.
No, I left it in the car again.
I'm still impressed with the default scenery here with the trees and everything. You look at that on the left-hand side, John, the runway and everything.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Are we getting a replay, Mac?
Let me find a parking space first.
It's a relatively small airport, though, huh?
Yeah, long runways, but not many buildings
It's
and
not
stuff.
so small, actually, if you actually look at the number of buildings there are on it. It's got quite a bit going for it.
In terms of the real estate, there aren't that many buildings. I'm trying not on my scenery. There's nice buildings, but it's not numerous. Some GA stuff this side as well. When I see Johan mentioned another piece of scenery. Johan, can you put a link to the other scenery, please? Just put a link in here for us. Because this scenery that I'm using here is the latest version. It was updated 5th of January. That's why I took this one. It's brand newly updated. I just think there's a problem with his exclusions. I mean, look, there's buildings here in cargo. I don't know, there's something not right with the scenery. See, these buildings here shouldn't be here. Those ones there shouldn't be there. The rest is fine. Looks like there's an exclusion missing. Anyway, guys, let me say goodbye for now. Got other things to do, and then we'll see you hopefully this evening. If all goes well, anytime from about 1600 onwards, anytime.
Thanks again, Nico.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
very much.
it's a pleasure. Phil just wants me to look at Google Maps quickly. Let's have a look. See.
Any specific plans for this evening, Nico?
No, I haven't thought about any.
There's a lot of gates there, isn't there,
Yeah,
Mac?
yeah.
Phew.
Yeah, it takes a good few minutes to calm down, doesn't it, Mac? Blimey.
Well, I wasn't expecting Nico to blast it out live, I must admit.
Well done, Nico.
Thank you.
I think he was getting his own back for some reason against something.
No, it's
Are you
fine. It's fine.
surprised?
No, you did well.
I
Put
still don't know why the VNAV speed didn't work, and I, in my head, I'm still trying to explain it. If you know what I mean.
yeah, gotcha. All right, well, look at this. There are buildings in here. So the half of the scenery is correct with all the buildings and stuff. Imagine having a home somewhere there. Huh? Yeah, that'll be a blast. All the GA stuff. Phil, it seems to me um, a reasonable presentation. Mac, there's a question for you from Phil
Oh, where's that?
in my stream. He says, "Did you record the video, including the setup at all?" I don't think he
No,
did.
no,
No.
no, no. Afraid not. Sorry.
Mac, you've always got the option to save the flight in X-Plane, and
Yeah.
that would you can save it from the beginning from there.
Yeah, but whether it would say, if you save it now, it won't save it properly. You need to set record all the way through to get it all.
Mm,
I didn't
It's
believe that's the
likely to
case.
trip out. I think it's likely to trip over itself.
who knows? Anyways, guys, cheerio for now. We'll talk later again. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us and sharing the fun. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Nika.
Thank you.